Good morning, everybody. It's Marg from Creative Stamping with Marg. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from St. Albert, Alberta, Canada. Happy Tuesday to everyone. Today, I was inspired by a card that I received in a swap, and I will show you that card. It's a fun fold card, but an easy one. It's beautiful. This was done by Linda Hawk. Isn't that gorgeous? It stands like this. So it's a Z fold, I guess, with that extra piece on the front. So we're going to recreate something that's going to look quite a bit different than hers, but that was my inspiration. So for today's card, we are using basic black card base, which is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at your regular 4 1/4 to make it just your regular card fold like this. But then we're also scoring that front in half again at 2 1/8. So when you fold it at your 4 1/4 and score and burnish it, then you're going to fold this flap back. So there's your Z fold, just like that. All right, so that's our basic card base. We are using Zoo Crew Designer Series paper today from Stampin' Up! And it's the one with all the little critters on it. So I have chosen to use it because it's kind of fun. So I'm also using, Linda used the contour dies for her white piece that's in the inside here, and the white piece that goes around this one. You see it just in the background there. I'm using deckled rectangles, so I chose this size of deckled rectangle that will go in the inside here, and cut another one and cut it in half, and it will go in the front like this, and it sort of makes it the full piece now. Okay, so you can use just a rectangle. It doesn't have to be a fancy one, but it's kind of fun to do it. The Zoo Crew paper that I chose, the pattern was the outdoors one, and the little piggies hiking here. So I cut it with deckled rectangles also. I don't know if you can see that. It's smaller, obviously. It has to be smaller. And I wanted a piece of cardstock, so I chose lemon lime. And it's going to go onto here like this, and it just brings out the color of the tree there. I did emboss this piece with the timber embossing folder. And this piece is 2 3/4 by 4, and it will just fit inside that part of our rectangle, and then this will be going on top like that, so that you can still see the timber embossing. All right, now you need some DSP. Again, I'm sticking with the Zoo Crew DSP. This is the dancing one, but on the opposite side is the black and white, and I liked this pattern. So this piece is 2 by 5 3/8, and it goes on your front flap. And this piece for the inside, same pattern, is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and it will go on the inside like this. So we'll just dry fit all this so you can see how it's sort of going to look. Like this. And like this, so that that little guy sticks right there. And then I have a greeting, which I've heat embossed with white on black cardstock. And we'll add that later. Okay, so there your card is going to open like this. So I think it's very cute. So let's get to putting it together. We can go ahead and put in our DSPs. I am using my Tombow multi-purpose glue. It's a shame to cover up all these cute patterns, but this paper, all the Zoo Crew pattern paper on the other side of it is a different black and white paper, and I think it's really ingenious of them to do that. We all love black and white paper, or most of us do. Okay, and I'm going to glue this piece onto the front, so I'm going to glue it this way. And this paper, I've got it going the right way, but it wouldn't matter. Either way I put it on, the lines kind of look the same, so it's not an issue. Doesn't have a direction on this side. And again, you're just getting that little bit of black showing, which is really attractive, I think. So if you don't like the 1/8, you could have cut this differently. You could have cut it 2 by 5 1/4 instead of 5 3/8. But I really like just that little black showing. Okay, so now I'm going to place this, and I'm going to put it right to the edge. And again, all I did was I cut 2 of this size from the deckled rectangles, and then I cut the second one in half, and that's this piece here. And then it just lines up right to the edge. I will put it up a bit. So you're even covering the black part, just like that. And then when you put this one in, you're going to be cognizant of how you place this, because we want it to frame this out. So you just have to place it to frame that out. So I'm going to go ahead and put my little piggy onto here. And because this is DSP, I had considered putting a black layer under him, but then it hid too much of the timber embossing. So I thought, well, what was the point of me embossing there if you can't see it? So I just think this is okay. So he's going on flat right in the center here. Just like that. And then it's going to go onto here. And you remember that you're only gluing part of it. So you can turn this over, or you can, like if you're nervous about getting your glue onto the part that doesn't need glue on it, what you can do is just put glue on this piece, and you know that you have an edge. So you're going to go in, you're going to go right down this edge because you know that's all right, and then across. Just leave yourself a little, whoops, there you don't want any glue going over onto this side. So I think I might even do it this way so that I don't get glue on it. Just trying to make sure that he's kind of straight here. Like that. And then when you open this, there's no glue on the back of him because you don't want any glue here that's going to stick to your card. All right, now we're ready to put this in. So what I do is I just put glue on this. Now, if you were stamping, you would stamp this before you put it in. I'm not going to put anything on this today. All right, and then I'm putting it in like this. And I know that I want it to be even with, whoops, not very even, am I? Even with the other piece. So I think I did pretty good there. So what you want is you want it to look almost like a continuous piece of paper going across there. And then you just put it in like that. There we go. Now, the greeting that I chose comes from Timeless Arrangements, which is this stamp set here. And I chose You Make Me Smile because this little guy really does make me smile. And I thought it could just go across like that, or you could put it here at the bottom. You could put it at the top. Just not sure. You could put it going, whoops, going out like this across the trees. That maybe is a good spot for it because I don't want to cover up the pig because I think he's just too darn cute. Now I can put this on with dimensionals. Again, you're not going to have anything behind this edge, so just be careful of that. And it's not sticking out past the card edge, so it'll still fit in the envelope. I am going to grab my black dimensionals, which I constantly forget to use, but being that we're using a black cardstock today, I am going to use them. All right, so I'm going to use the minis. And the black dimensionals come in a package that has, it's called a combo pack. And so it has the regular sized dimensionals and a sheet of the minis. Now, again, I'm just about to put it on that end, and I don't want it on that end. I want it on the opposite end. So I will put 3 here, I think, and I think that should be enough, and it'll still allow me to have it sticking over. Yep, that's good. Okay, peel those backs off. Okay, there we go, and put it on here. And I just want it back enough so that it is not off the edge of my card here. That looks good. All right, so there's our card. You Make Me Smile. Opens like this, stands like this. Really cute. All right, now embellishments, if you wanted anything. I didn't want ribbon on this one. I didn't think it leaned towards ribbon unless it was twine. We could have used black twine, I guess. But we do have classic matte dots, which come in basic black, very vanilla, basic gray, and white. And so I thought we could use some of the black, and I do have some little ones left over here, so I'm going to use the black ones. And I thought I would put the dots on the green so you could see it up here. And use my usual 3. I'll put one right, oops, cooperate, put one right down here, just like that. All right, so there's our card. I think he's adorable. I will bring back Linda's card for you to see. So it's not a hard fold to make, but it does have a bit of a wow factor, I think, when your recipient gets it. So there's that one. And then I'll give you a sneak peek of a card that's going to be in my All About Autumn class. And it's using that beautiful paper that we have, that autumn paper. So there's this one, and it says Happy Thanksgiving on it. So that's going to be in my class coming up on the 23rd. So there's my 3 cards for today using that same fold, all quite different. You can see how Linda embossed her background cardstock here and then put some die cuts on top of it. I chose to emboss one piece and put a piece of DSP on it. This one, same thing. I put a piece of cardstock and then just the plain piece of DSP, and then just embellished it with some die cuts. So all in however you want to do it. Anyway, that's our card for today, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, would love to get a thumbs up from you. And you can subscribe to my channel, and then you'll see my videos when they come. Typically, right now, they're every Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed that. I will have all the measurements underneath the video, and you can check them out there. Hope everyone has a great week.